Hi, everybody. My name is Cleo McMurha, and I am mother to a beautiful young lady named Kaya McMurha, Kaya Leah McMurha, and we are a mother and daughter who met on Facebook. Um, I am a 58-year-old trans woman, bigender trans woman. I didn't transition until, May 29th, 2019 was the first day I went out in makeup and a new haircut, and that was just to the Dollar General. But June 19th was really my coming out day. That was Pride Day in South Bend, and I went out and told everyone who couldn't avoid me that my name is Cleo Ruby McMurha. I am named Cleo because I asked online on Facebook for suggestions. I wanted a Gaelic first name, something feminine, and I said maybe a flower, a gem, or something, and my cousin Beth, hair lover, boy, she looked up the Gaelic word for transformation, and it's Cleaclu, and she said, "Why don't you name yourself this and shorten it to Cleo?" And I said, "I love it. I love it." This is kind of a big thing because my daughter, whose past name I will not mention, very similarly came to me. Excuse me, I have the sniffles permanently, really. My daughter came to me not long ago saying that she wanted to change her last name. She wants me to adopt her legally, and as soon as I get my name legally changed to Cleo McMurha, I'm going to adopt her. And so she tried to change her name on Facebook to her past name plus McMurha, and Facebook just sucks. Okay, so round and round and round, she asked me if I would give her a new name, and she that's the biggest honor I've ever had in my life. And she said she wanted something Gaelic, and I looked up the names for two words that are very important to her, and we kind of mispronounce them a little bit, but nobody ever hears them anyway, so deal with it. But the reason I mentioned my cousin Beth is that, when she told me to be Cleo, I loved it as soon as I saw that, and then I was on the phone with my beautiful daughter and was looking up these words and their pronunciations, and I said Kaya, and she was like, she loved that name. She loved that name right from the beginning, and that word means witch, and I said Leah is gray, so I said, we should name you Leah Kaya McMurha, and uh, and you know, uh, she said she uh, liked it in the order of Kaya Hoya better, and I'm like, what are we gonna do? Get arrested by the Gaelic police? So so that is my daughter, Kaya Leah McMarha. Now, what are we doing? We are making several videos. Well, we'll just endless videos. You're going to get inundated. We like to make mother-daughter videos. We talk about the mother-daughter experience, and see, she and I have a really unique perspective. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take these off because, it's just me. I hate seeing that reflection bouncing up and down. It makes me crazy. And two, the eyes are the window to the soul, and so you can see as I talk what I'm feeling. Anyway, okay, so our unique perspective is that, and I'm going to keep this short, sweetie. I was I was trans as a kid. Tried to ignore it. After I grew up, I became tall and broad and thick, and thought, I'll never fool anyone. So rather than transition, which I knew was what I wanted, I decided to become like really male, and it didn't stick. It didn't work. I got like old and shit, and I met my beautiful friend Jolene in 2018, and she she was trans, and in I think it was either December. I think it was December 29 or 2018, if not January 2019. I finally just after lots and lots of conversation, I said I don't know what I am. I'm this, I'm that, and the other thing. I want this, I want that, and I'm okay with both. But I want, and she said, "Hon, you're bigender." Sun came out. Skies broke open. Sun came out, and it is because Jolene brought forth Cleo that Cleo became a mom, because Cleo lived a long life as an uncle, and I called myself a mother hen, and I mothered a couple of people, and so when I became Cleo, I got to be honest, I kind of started casting about on Facebook. I was looking for people who needed a mom, and I met this young boy. He's 27. Boy. I met this young man named August, and he's wonderful, and he's amazing, and he's smart, and I no, I mean like scary smart, like makes me look dumb, and uh, uh, and after that, I met my just incredible daughter son, uh, who goes by Shadow now. And after that, my beautiful, beautiful child, Erie, who is, uh, you know, just, they are loving and crafty and smart and funny and caring, compassionate, uh, determined. There are a lot of things that I adore. And after, it was maybe 4 or 5 months after I met Erie. And by the way, all these kids, um, you know, were okay with calling me mom. Uh, you know, Shadow, ask me, will you be my mom? And Erie, if you're looking for kids, I volunteer. And I mean, yeah. And then, December came around, and I, I had a habit of saying happy birthday to everyone on the birthday list, and I sent a birthday greeting to this young lady, and she started talking with me, and um, and well, she's my daughter now, and she is. Um, I wanna I wanna put it this way. I wanna say this. Um, uh, this, what I got from my daughter Kaya, I only have had really kind of once before in my life. It wasn't the same thing, but listen, um, when when I was in the mental hospital in March of 18, I just happened to meet this young lady. I said something to her, and I was offering her something, and first words I ever heard her spoke were "Yes, thank you," and my jaw kind of, and I said, "You have a beautiful voice," and the thing was that that was her weak spot, and we became great friends. And the reason I bring this up is that she told me a couple months after we started hanging out that she had been looking for a while for someone who was at that time me. At that time, she was looking for someone who was male, kind of non-sexual, non-gender, someone who was older, someone who was experienced, someone who was free-minded, someone who was kind of a hippie, and someone who would guide her. And we connected immediately, and she became the love of my life. And I never thought I would ever say again, after she died, I never thought I would ever say again, I love you more than anyone else on earth. I thought I'd never say that to anybody again. But then I met Kaya, and And she, like Jolene, was looking. But she was looking for a mom. She had a rotten egg donor. She had a rotten adoptive person. And she grew up never knowing a mom's love. Never. And yet somehow, having never been nurtured, having never been cuddled, she became sweet and caring and compassionate and wonderful and kind, and she was looking for a mom. And then we met on Facebook and started talking, and we talked. We talked on the phone. She had to talk me into it because I don't like talking on the phone. But she talked me into it, and it was off to the races from there. And she became. We bonded. We walked through fire together. We really did. If you think I'm joking, if you think I'm exaggerating, I can tell scary stories. She walked through fire with me. So we're later she asked me to name her. She said a mother should give her daughter her name, and like when my cousin Beth said Cleo, I said Kalia, and that was that. So that's who we are. A 58, soon to be 59-year-old transgender woman, bigender transgender woman. 33-year-old. I hope she doesn't mind me mentioning it. She is open about it. She is out, but she's a lesbian, and she's a witch, which I love. I just love that. All my kids are witches, which just makes me, really crazy. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry. I made when I hit my daughter, I went off on our tangent. Forgot to mention there's also my boy Shane and my child Robbie, and love y'all. So, okay, what are we doing? We are making videos wherein we explore what it's like to be a mother and a daughter from the viewpoint, from the perspective of two people who did not become a mother until she was almost 60, and a woman who did not become a daughter until she was 33. We have a unique perspective. We really do. Because, she refuses to accept anymore what I used to say, I wish I had carried you for 9 months so I'd be a real mother. And after a while she said, no, you are my real mother. Don't say that anymore. Okay. we are discovering in years and ages where normally this sort of thing is simply not felt. We are exploring for the first time in our lives what it's like to be a mother and a daughter from the aspect of adults who had previously been childless and motherless. So we have an amazing point of view. Well, you know what? You'll just hear on the videos. We're going to talk about things, and we're going to talk about, what brought us together, what bonded us, what about each other made our lives necessary to each other, how we were able to love each other like mother and daughter without yet having met. We really have a lot of things to say that are very particular to she and I, but at the same time are universal. They're universal because, most everyone has either had a mother that they love or wish they loved the mother they had. And not everyone is as lucky as she and I are. Not everyone who craves a mom gets one. Not everyone who craves a child gets one. She has a mother. I have 6 kids. And I love you all. And but this channel is for us to talk about what it's like learning to be a mother and a daughter as adults for the first time. Adopted each other, took in each other, and so we've got a lot to say. And I am really happy that my daughter has me making this video. I'm really happy that I'm really happy I get to be a mom. And so I think I'll end here. Love to all my kids. Love to kayak. Love to y'all watching.